Okay, there we go. For some reason my input was set to the wrong thing. You check every. Okay. Is my okay? Yep. Okay, that's acting right. Wait, there's two of me. There's one behind me. There we go. Okay. So we are going to be making a new Romulan Republic character because that won the vote, but nobody voted in which I'm going to join. So I'm probably just going to join. I don't know. I don't know if I want to join the Federation or the KDF. I want Romulan. I want. Go with a Reman. And there's reasons. Eh. Go to Romulan. Hearing officer. Final Fantasy XIV. You want to get on the stubble game here? I mean, game's been around about as long, so they can do it. What is this preset? What is this? Okay, this doesn't look as bad as the thumbnail. Haven't done this in ages. Helmets and hats. Neck game too strong. Well, it's TOS helmet. Haven't done this in ages. I really want to know how, or the reason that Romulans developed forehead ridges and Vulcans did not. Is the tattoos hidden? Okay. Hairstyle. It's not a phase, Mom. You know what? Frosting. Used to be a way to stop the stance. On the bottom. Oh. Not gonna do any scaling because there's John Shannon. Name. That's a very generic Romulan. Ouch. Jovic, I like Jovic. I thought that said voluptuous. Alright. Let's skip the tutorial. Because I've done the tutorial, and I want to do this character is an RP character in some particular way, like the way I answer dialogue options, them coming
Greetings.
from
I am Sub-Commander Nadell, assistant to
planet
Commander Tamer. Please follow me to the commander's quarters.
isn't really going to be
There is
helpful.
much to discuss.
Plus, there are some things I want to get out of the account bank.
Commander, our guests have arrived.
Excellent. I'll get them up to speed. There is much to do.
I'll be glad to show one of you around while the other stays and talks with Tamer.
I'll take the tour, and then meet you back on the ship when you're ready.
Give me any. That's fine. Tailor, uniform. Also some Romulan. Romulan public uniform, free starship modification. Basic gear.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Turbo lift. Okay.
Your mini-map shows you where your objectives are. An arrow will appear on the mini-map if you are far away from your objective.
I would like to disable pop-ups, even though you're going to continue to give them, because that's what you do. First things first. We're not going to buy anything. What? Oops. 6. It's the tier 1. That's the 2. Filtered. Purchased. Why can't I use Starfleet ships right off the bat, but I can't use Klingon ones? That's why is it showing ship? I only want purchased ships. So I can use this, but I can't use any of the other ones, even though I own many of them. lot of stuff I keep. I guess we're gonna be stuck with the list for. Okay, Taylor. Need a new album. I'd like to think that the Taylor freezing up is because I have a slow computer, but no, that's persisted across different generations of PCs. This one, fly. That actually kind of works. We're at, oh, the robes of those. Oh. Where? Ovary. Ship. What's this? Talk to this. And it ships. What's this person? Fucking audio popping is still a thing after 7 years? Okay, let's go. Oh! Way over here. Go with one. Don't have any of the popping is frustrating. Legendary. The only tier 6 Klingon carrier other than don't have that. I have the tier 5 version. You can use across your entire career now. Hey, seriously? Ununlocked? I sworn I had that. But the only one I can use is this. Unless I want to use. Don't have this. Oh, wait, I do have this one. This one. I don't know why, even though I'm saying, there we go, purchased. Okay, so I can't use any of my Romulan shoots. 5 ones. guess we're just going to be waiting then. Yep, we're going to go with it. I got the Tavaro. Time-honored tradition of Romulans using Photon, Disruptors, probably changing. Dang. This good yet? I sworn there was a bank. This don't do Romulus. Done.
Hello again. Now that you're settling in, I wanted to speak with you about what our overall goals will be. First and foremost, we are looking for a new planet to call home. Tamer and his crew are handling that search. While the search continues, I am working on any possible alliances that we can make with the Federation and the Klingon Empire. We will need allies if we are to proceed. Your task will be the protection and recovery of other Romulans spread throughout this sector.
The Titan here first appeared in Unification Parts 1 and 2 as a very young man in Fox Unification movement. But his inclusion when New Romulus first came out was really, really, really good because I love the connectivity that the developers for STO do. When it comes to telling the story, the developers are great. They're really, really shit when it comes to actually putting the story out because they'd rather put down 500 of these things or Mudd's Market. This is an $800 bundle. I think that's $800.
We're finding more by the day. Some have already joined us, but others do not believe in our cause. It will be up to you and your crew to protect these colonies from the Tal Shiar and to recruit anyone willing to assist us. Do you have any questions? If not, I would suggest you return to your ship. Tamer will have his orders ready for you.
I'm gonna play the idea. Guys, does what he's paid to do. Return to our ship.
Sounds like we've got our orders. If you're ready, I can beam you back to the ship. However, before that, I need to ask a favor. I have a sister. Her name is Rena Kev. She and I were separated a long time ago. I want to try to find her, As we're doing our missions, could you try to ask about Rena? Thanks.
I still. So. I have to do this the hard way. Where's Anna? Mission. Did they not give me any other? I mean, I can equip that item. Are being a little weird about it. One thing. Potion. Flame. There's a flame. Oh, I never said that when you claimed it. Maybe it's under Marino. Oh, holy Jesus. Oh, change that. Dialogue. You're tiny. Also, I need bind load file isr.txt. Oh, I forgot that that's a thing. Oh. It's gonna take forever. Right amount of trying to see how fast we're going. Warp 5. What was the downside of this game in the beginning? is the thing is so slow. Oh, good lord.
All set to go, I trust? Good. There is a lot to do.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Click here to learn more.
Did I not click off of you?
If we're going to have a chance at breaking away from Sealand and Tal Shiar, greetings. I have new orders for you.
Brown. Can I go to Drazana? Really? Wasted all that time. Oh, now I can go to my ship bridge. Oh. You cannot access your account bank at this time, but they really don't want you being able to do anything. What do I have available? Delete. Not. That. Zero bridge off. Oh, that's right. I don't actually get bridge officers for some reason until I choose a wait a minute. I can use this? Okay. Here's the ship I could have used. almost to the Suleiman Helix. Point we will change. So, because it makes it look a little bit more Romulan, even though it's a little wonky. Oh, holy shit, you get access to all of that already? None of those beam abilities are going to work right now.
We've arrived at the Helix, but we're not the only ship here. A Tal Shiar warbird is approaching from the direction of the primary structure. They haven't raised shields yet, but their weapons are online. Wait, they're hailing us. Your orders? Ship on main viewer. It's a Tavaro light warbird. Designation IRW Shardar. They could be Tal Shiar.
To the person in command, be advised, you are in violation of Tal Shiar Security Order 63-R. Your vessel is operating in this area without authorization. Identify yourself immediately, or your actions will be considered hostile. You don't want that kind of trouble. The Tal Shiar has the authority to track down terrorists that threaten the Romulan Star Empire, no matter where they try to hide. And don't bother with deception. Our records indicate a warbird with your ship's designation was decommissioned years ago. We've already identified you.
Well,
stealing military property is a serious crime. Care to explain, Commander?
I suppose that's one reason they won't want you changing ships. Okay, you just gonna decloak me? I don't know what that was, but
We plead for mercy. There are only civilians on the Helix. We don't have much more than we can scavenge from the cell ships. As we told the other Tal Shiar, there are no terrorists here. The Cabal are long gone. Take whatever scrap you need, but please stop taking our people. Then why are you here? We don't have much to trade, and we don't want any trouble. There are a few Romulan refugees hiding within the Helix. They said they needed temporary shelter and would be leaving soon. We meant no harm. How are we to know they are wanted terrorists? Please just take them with you and go. Your actions speak for your true goals. If you help us by repairing the Helix arms structures, then we'll help you get the refugees to your ship. But hurry. We're in jeopardy every moment you remain here.
if we ever did like a Starfleet Command 4, I would like it to have this sort of control scheme. Having to click in the first three.
More Tal Shiar have entered the system. Please help us.
Yeah, like Starfleet Command, 3 at least. I haven't tried playing, especially the anniversary edition of the first game. Starfleet Command 3 is not oriented towards modern resolutions, so you can't navigate properly. So you can straight up just expect to fail everything, including the very first tutorial mission, if you can't properly navigate.
One more to go. As soon as Delta is connected, we can negotiate a transfer. More Tal Shiar ships are entering the area. Now that the arms are restored, we've located the refugees. They are being moved to a centralized location so you can get a transporter lock. We've explained the situation to them, but a representative for the group is asking to speak with you.
Kayan informs me that we're being transported to your vessel. We realize that we can't stay on the Helix, but we have no intention of being forced into servitude. The Tal Shiar already destroyed our home. All we want is for you to leave us on an uninhabited world, or someplace we can hide and try to rebuild our lives. We've heard of Datan. We've also heard rumors that he's plotting a revolt against the Tal Shiar. Going to him sounds more dangerous than staying here. I know I'm out of options. That doesn't mean I have to like it. I don't know why the Tal Shiar are abducting our families, but we can't afford to lose anyone else. How about I make you a deal? You personally guarantee that my friends will be safe at Datan's fleet, and I'll work for you. I've served as a science officer on multiple civilian vessels. I can help you. I can't run anymore. If I need to fight the Tal Shiar to keep my friends safe, that's what I'll do. Rina Kev. No, I don't know anyone by that name.
God, how slow this is when you are at lower levels. Do I have to fly lower? There they are.
All the refugees are aboard, but there's more trouble. A Tal Shiar battleship, the IRW Koval, has entered the system. They're hailing us, and they're asking for you by name. Remember, they're not here to be friends.
You are ordered to stand down. You are wanted for questioning by the Tal Shiar. Lower your shields and surrender your vessel and crew, or prepare to face the consequences. Your actions speak for themselves. You'll answer for the destruction you've caused today. Remember, you were given a chance to surrender.
I recommend using our cloaking device to get close enough for a sneak attack.
Thank you for taking the refugees. Tell them we're sorry. We simply have no way to protect them. Hopefully they'll find refuge with your fleet. Our best hope now is to cooperate with the Tal Shiar and tell them that you have taken the refugees. We can't offer much, but I'll tell other Suliban that Datan's fleet is standing up to the Tal Shiar. I'm also sending you the contact for a friendly local trader in case you need salvage or have goods to sell. But please, keep our involvement discreet. And please go. Leave now before more Tal Shiar arrive.
Cayenne closed the channel. He's right. They'll be lucky if the Tal Shiar let them live. We should leave and report back to Tamer. Some of the refugees we brought aboard may have Starship experience. If we're expecting more trouble, we'll need some help on the bridge.
We'll give the refugees a good home here. They'll be safe, and we'll do all we can to help them. This is just the start. We won't stop until we're on a new world, one of our own. Greetings. I have new orders
Congratulations,
for you.
Lieutenant.
Many Remans settled on Craterus after the fallout from Shinzan's rebellion. While they were safe from the destruction of Romulus and Remus, Craterus is a bleak world, with little in the way of habitable land. There are ample mineral deposits, which the Remans mine and sell for food and other necessities, but their lives there are harsh and unforgiving. Anyone who could survive on Craterus for as long as the Remans have, has strength. We could use that strength in our search for a homeworld, and I know the Remans have no love for the Tal Shiar. Go to Craterus, talk to the Remans, show them we are sincere and that we need their support. Greetings. I have new orders for you.
Right. So, of course, for Craterus. I remember when the Romulan Republic first came out. Craterus was the second oh shit moment for the campaign. The first one, of course, the actual tutorial. I skipped over it because I didn't want this taking too long, and I've done it a billion times. But it's actually, when it came out, it was very sort of tugging on the heartstrings, because you get kind of attached to the characters, and then they just go. Patient. Actual thing. We got hazard emitters, and we have tractor beam. It would be kind of fun if you could actively go on other characters, either a Federation character, Klingon character, TOS, Discovery, or what is it? Dominion, and play through the other factions' specific campaign missions after you've reached max level and finished the campaign. Kind of a new Game Plus sort of experience. Roads at Craterus. Craterus was the site of a failed Romulan colony. The Remans put it in Romulus. Fixed. Consider Craterus to be vast improvement over Remus, which is saying very little.
Tal Shiar are approaching Craterus, and they've already engaged a group of Riemann vessels in orbit. The Riemans are sending out a general distress call. We have to help them. The Decimus is too heavily damaged. They can't respond to our hails.
Lead the way. We'll follow your attack vector and provide support fire.
The Blinky.
The Decimus is nearby and it needs our help. They're losing structural integrity.
Okay, now I
Thank
can
you
help
for your
the guy.
assistance. We're continuing emergency repairs, but most of our major systems are offline. The Tal Shiar sent detachments to the surface, and our colony is not responding to hails. With our transporters down and shuttle bay damaged, I cannot send a security team to investigate. The Tal Shiar have never been so bold.
They plan to destroy your colony because, for some reason, Romulan Imperial leadership thinks that destroying their own colonies and massacring their own people is a great idea for building.
How can you be so certain? It doesn't make sense. They've left us alone for years. What would they gain by destroying our home? We keep to ourselves and we do not challenge the Tal Shiar.
With all due respect, we've seen this before. The Tal Shiar destroyed our colony on Virinat without warning. If we don't get your people off Craterus immediately, they'll be defenseless when the invasion force arrives.
Invasion force? We aren't in any position to begin an evacuation. The head of our fleet, Obisek, and most of our ships are on maneuvers out of the system. They can't possibly return in time. Until we re-establish communication with the colony, our priority must be to protect the people on the surface. Find Zden. He will help you. He resides near the communication tower on the outskirts of the colony. If we re-establish communication, then we can formulate a plan.
Alright, so we're gonna go down, we're gonna find Zden. We're gonna do some fighting. Probably around. See, Glacy followed me, but for some reason I didn't get my follow notification with. Oh, that's what I heard earlier and I didn't notice. Okay. My widgets are working. I just didn't know what the hell I was hearing.
Sedan is to the northwest, near a force field. If planetary communications are disabled, you'll need his help to bring the transmitter back online. We'll do our best to keep more Tal Shiar from beaming down, but I can't promise we'll be able to stop them.
Good stuff. Special shield. Sneaker. Those skittering saboteurs are going to be a pain in the ass. Catfish sandwich. I think they've updated this map since the last time. I don't remember all this water.
Sedan is to the northwest.
Thank you, stranger. I don't understand why this is happening. You're obviously not with the Tal Shiar. Why are you here? What do you want?
The guy in the bugged up starship sent us.
Commander
basically.
Kai, good. Follow me and then explain what's going on. We should get inside the security field before more Tal Shiar arrive. Follow me.
I mean, we're already inside. Come on. It's too dark here. Then again, these are Remus.
We need to know more. It's clear that our colony is under attack. Why are the Tal Shiar doing this? Why attack Craterus? What are they after? There's no reason for the Tal Shiar to attack Craterus. We've been an established colony for over 23 years. We were given permission to settle here by Donatra. Why would the Tal Shiar attack a colony of their own people?
So the rumors are true! I told you, Father. The Tal Shiar have declared war on our people. They're going to kill us!
It doesn't make any sense. We aren't a threat to the Tal Shiar. What do they have to gain? They can't do this without anyone noticing. Evacuate? We must inform the Council. Who is going to listen to my order to evacuate? Obasek isn't here. He left Kai in charge. Why doesn't he give the order to evacuate?
That explains a lot. When we couldn't reach anyone, Slemmick said he was going to check on the transmitter. He hasn't come back
I forgot that
yet.
motherfucker wasn't.
We should find him and see if we can get communications back online.
Without the transmitter, we'll have to start contacting colonists individually. The word will spread. but it will take some time. Obviously, something is going on, but I'm not the one to order an evacuation. The fleet or the council should make that determination.
You'll need help. If you're going out to the transmitter, I'm going with you. Maybe we can find Slamek there.
Farrell, you should stay here. Let these people handle this. We don't know the whole story yet. We need more information. We need to know what the Tal Shiar want. At least stay behind the security field until we hear from the council.
Father, you can see what the Tal Shiar have done.
Oh.
These people need my help to get the transmitter working again. We'll take some weapons and armor before we leave. Don't worry, I can handle myself.
The spunk is strong with this.
Press the U key to view your status or the status.
Thank you for
This is your character.
continuing
Here you can see your
to
equipped
give
items and devices.
tutorials even though I turned it off. I have been nananited. Suppose I might as well. Oh, no one's gonna die. But these little skittering saboteurs.
Slamek, you're alive.
The reason they suck is they run up and jump on you and then explode.
Farrell, you found me before those things did. I tried to repair the transmitter, but it was pointless. As you can see, the controls are completely destroyed. But it looks like you found some new friends. Didn't you hear me? The control...
Slamek, you're not helping. What if we set up a bypass relay? If it works, we might be able to control the transmitter dish from Zeded's shuttle, or even our secondary console at home.
It's possible, but I don't think it would work.
Slamek! Try to set up a bypass relay for the controls. If you can get it working, then we'll head back to my father and see if we can access the transmitter from there.
Where are those things coming from?
I told you it probably wouldn't work.
We should go back to my father and see if he's heard any news.
Static is never a good sign.
We gotta get out of here now.
Looking up. Oh. Hello.
What
This
kind of
isn't Star
ship
Wars.
is that?
We don't know. It attacked our colony on Viranet.
And now they're attacking here. We need to warn other colonies.
Believe it or not, that's what we're trying to do.
Oh, so much for the security barrier.
Were you able to repair the primary transmitter? I set up a portable transmitter relay and gathered as many neighbors as I could. I'm glad you found Slamek. I'm not going to argue. Our security field is down and the Tal Shiar are attacking the colony. Hopefully everyone who hasn't already heard the message will realize what's happening and evacuate. There are more people on the outskirts of town. If I can get to them in the shuttle, I may be able to get them to safety.
So, that was a recording bug.
Understood. Please take Veril with you. With me to help scan for survivors.
Father, I should go with you. It took me weeks to repair the shuttle's drive system. If something goes wrong, you'll need me there.
You'll be safer on their ship. Slamek can help me if we run into trouble. I'll broadcast the coordinates to every shuttle within range once we're in the air. Now go. We need to look for survivors.
Alright, let's... yep, there's what I was looking for. That thing. Also see the drones swooping in, they'll pick up people. Or at least they would if there were more people.
Enemy targets on
Ow.
Our world is gone, but it will rise again.
Time to beam up and beam away.
The Decimus has engaged the Tal Shiar and is forming a wedge so we can get the shuttles to the beacon. The shuttles will be relying on us for protection. Without our help, they'll never make it out of here.
We're in position and ready to make a run for the beacon. Is my daughter safe?
I'm making myself useful. The singularity core on this ship is practically an antique. I'm keeping an eye on the power levels to make sure we don't blow apart in combat.
Don't worry, my child. It was the first thing Slamek did. When we reach the beacon, we'll await the signal to warp to the rendezvous point. Once we're all safe, you can transfer back to the shuttle.
audio popping is going to be frustrating.
We're reading an unknown ship near the beacon. It appears to be a battleship. If it attacks, our ships will be completely outmatched. Are you able to scan the vessel or determine its armaments? They're emitting some sort of passive scanning field. We cannot get a weapons lock, and our Singularity Core power levels are fluctuating.
I'm noticing the same power level variations. The field is definitely emanating from the enemy vessel. If I tap into the beacon's controls, I may be able to send a high-frequency proton burst that should disrupt the field long enough to get a weapons lock.
Sending proton burst.
Try to stay behind. It has a deadly frontal assault weapon.
It's not exactly easy. It's coming around.
I've scanned the shuttles, sir. They've taken everyone. Everyone. Even my...
Logs show that a cruiser warped in during the fight with the battleship, stayed at long range, and then decloaked briefly. They warped away less than a minute later. Ugh, they must have taken the colonists from the shuttles while we were in combat.
This popping. Like, I've experienced this popping across 3 different, like a laptop, a desktop, and the current desktop. So, and it only happens in Star Trek Online. So I know it's a problem with Star Trek Online. I really wish they would fix it.
We have to go after them. We need to track their trajectory and follow them. They could still be alive, and we can catch up if we hurry.
Nothing. There was too much interference from the battleship. I wish I had better news, but we have more pressing matters. The Decimus is hailing us, and we need to get out of this system while we still can.
We're aware of the situation, but we have set a course for the rendezvous point immediately. There are other Remans there who will need our protection. After we regroup, we will have time to fully understand what has happened here, and to mourn our losses. We appreciate the offer, but that isn't my call to make. I'll relay your offer to Obisek and the rest of the fleet. But for now, I think it would be best if we go our separate ways. When we understand more about what the Tal Shiar are after, perhaps that will change. Thank you for your help. I know you tried your best.
I don't need anyone's permission. I'm coming with you, and we're going to find my father. In the meantime, if you expect to keep a ship this old from blowing apart at the seams, you're going to need an engineer. Good thing I'm here.
I think we've done everything we can here. We should report what happened to Tamer. We can leave whenever you're ready.
Alright, I'm gonna take a quick bio break, and then I will be back.
We will reach out to the Remans, but it will be difficult to get over centuries of mistrust and abuse. Perhaps if this Obisek is willing to speak to us directly, it might make a difference. I know you did your best to help them, and that the attack could not have been anticipated. I'm very concerned about this sabotage you reported, however, and that the culprit was never found. The Remans may very well have a Tal Shiar operative in their midst. We will not win every battle, but we will win the war. Count on that. Jolantru. Greetings.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
There's a space station in the Gasco system that we think would be a fine addition to our group. If they agree to join us, we will have an additional base for our militia ships, as well as a supply depot that could make a big difference when we begin construction of a colony. I know there is a group of refugees there. Some of them have been there for years, but they've also had a wave of new residents, including a new commander. I'd like you to go to Gasco and feel out the situation. If you think they'd be a good match for us, you are authorized to extend them an offer. Greetings. I have new orders.
It is a tier 6. I had a tier 6, so... There's the one I'm looking for. See, I just unlocked this. Miracle working. Station. Let's do. Out. I don't know why it was letting you unlock the other ones. Warp West? I haven't really played with a Miracle Worker ship before, so this.
We've entered the Gasco
Discord
system.
fishing attempt
According to our
going down.
intelligence data, the Empire built this station in the late 23rd century, but abandoned it later when the region was no longer strategically important. Word is some refugees are living in the station now. You know the drill, right? Go to the station, preach the good news, get them on our side. Easy.
Getting docking codes now. They've opened a channel.
Who changed your voice actor, Tovan?
You are cleared for docking.
Welcome to Gasco Station. Our commander has assigned Tobal to escort you while you're here. Please speak to him when you're ready to leave the transporter room.
Tobal! Backwards is Lobot. This isn't Star Wars, and this isn't Cloud City.
Good to have you here. We heard about you from the people who lived at the old Suliban Helix. The station commander has requested that I escort you to his office. Are you ready to go? I don't see anything wrong with that. You should know, however, that the colonists here are happy with the way things are. You'll have a hard time trying to convince them of your cause, but you're welcome to try. Rena Kev? No, there's no one by that name on this station.
You can't fight the Tal Shiar. That's crazy talk.
You're with Datan? Look, I don't want any trouble. I can't talk to...
Are you crazy? The Tal Shiar would wipe us out.
Well, we don't want the Tal Shiar to attack here like they did at Craterus.
Why fight the
Datan? I've heard about him on the news. If you ask me, he sounds like trouble.
Look, I'm a doctor. I'm not interested in this war. Especially
the colonists here aren't eager to fight the Tal Shiar. Well, why would they be? You might have better luck talking with the commander of this station, though. He has more backbone than most of the people around here. We'll go through engineering. That's the quickest way to the administration area.
Going through engineering to administration seems particularly weird. And I say that even though I have played this before. Seems weird.
You're going down to the administration level, right? I think my brother's being held down there. His name is Hiven. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He talked back to one of the new guards yesterday, then he was thrown in the prison. You have to...
His brother was making insane accusations and causing trouble. He kept saying that one of the guards was with the Tal Shiar. That guard's entire family was killed by the Tal Shiar. He didn't appreciate it, and a fight broke out. Both the guard and this man's brother are in the brig. If you'd like, you can visit them after you're done talking to the commander. The commander's office is just ahead.
A big office.
Welcome. It's good to meet you. I've heard so much about Datan's fleet and their fight against the Tal Shiar. I know you're here to offer us a chance to help, but perhaps there's a counter-offer you'd be willing to hear.
So good to see you again, my friend. It's time for us to talk. Surprised? You've been one step ahead of the Tal Shiar, but now your time has run out. Gasco Station belongs to us. Soon the Helix will be ours as well. Your little rebellion is coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed your tour of the station. You and your friends are going to for a very long time.
Don't resist. Make this easier on all of us. You and your crew will spend some time in our brig. But if you do as you're told, you could be released. Maybe even work with the Tal Shiar. There's no reason for there to be any more violence today. The Tal Shiar just want to help us. If you choose to defy us, I will be forced to order my men to fire.
We should free any prisoners, and then get out of here.
Used to not be able to do that. Glad you can now. Logo Cola. Can I just steal this flamethrower?
Warning. Intruders present in Gasco Station. All personnel, please seek shelter.
You're with the Tans group. I heard about you. My name is Heaven. I'm the only one left who will stand up for what's right. Look where it got me. The Tal Shiar took over the station a few days ago. I think it was right after you guys helped those people in the old Suliban Helix. A few of us resisted and got thrown in prison. I'm the only one left alive. You have to get me and my brother out of here.
We've got a problem. Someone in the station activated a magnetic shield. It's blocking all of our attempts to use the ship's transporters. We had civilians who were trying to get to the ship, but now they're stuck too. We need to get to that transporter room, shut down the shield, and save any civilians that need our help.
If we want some more firepower, we can grab some equipment the Tal Shiar were using.
I don't think I can equip 2 Chronoton mine. So it's kind of weird that that's what they gave me.
Brother! I won't let them get away with this!
Really? Oh, it's not the combat one.
We're gonna blow that thing apart, right?
Might.
That was for my brother.
But the entire time frozen. What are you talking about? Oh, rare stuff. I had to sneeze.
We need to get everyone back to the ship. There are enemy vessels inbound, and the ship is trapped in a tractor beam. Rescuing these colonists won't mean a thing if our ship is blown to pieces.
So you've escaped. How interesting. You really do intend to take this as far as you can, don't you? No matter. You cannot run from the rest of the Tal Shiar forces in the Gasco system. My only regret is that I won't be there to deal with you myself.
Getting out of here may be tougher than I thought with that tractor. Just that. Never been so happy.
Battleship. Build a battleship. Yeah.
Titan's rebellion is doomed.
That'll show those Tal Shiar what happens when they cross us. If I see that Hakeev again, I'll make sure he loses more than an eye.
I can't thank you enough for the help back there. I don't have much left now that Laius is gone. I'm good with a weapon, and I know my way around the ship. I'd be honored to stay aboard and help you fight the Tal Shiar.
We had to expect this eventually. The Tal Shiar are actively moving to stop us from gaining more followers, and even Hakiv is involved. The bad news is that we lost Gasco Station. The good news is that the Tal Shiar is taking our movement seriously. That means we're gaining momentum. I'm going to talk to Datan. I think it's time to take real steps toward freedom. Greetings. I have new orders
Congratulations,
for you.
Lieutenant.
Search for new.
Thanks to additional information from the colonists from Gasco and Helix, we've managed to identify several possible systems that could have planets for our colonization efforts. We'll need you to scan these systems, see if there is a suitable planet, and then explore said planet to confirm your findings. You're looking for what will be the future homeworld for the Romulans. We've also been told by Federation and Klingon officials that talks of an alliance could begin if we identify a suitable planet to colonize. Datan and I will be speaking with those officials while you're exploring. This could be the next big step in our fight for independence. Greetings. I have new orders.
Going to back to Romulus. Because it just makes more sense. So, want the elite. The Hatos. It's because a mini sim. Lakora 2. Do I honestly have another? I do. That's interesting. I have no engineering content. So it'll be interesting. Galandra 4. Grab like it. Going to equip this. Clean up my inventory here, Sam. Oh, I forgot about the Singularity Core system. Oh wow, since I've played.
Initiating scan. Now. Preliminary reports are turning up negative, Captain. We could perform a more in-depth scan, but that could take nearly a week. Launching a satellite would allow us to monitor the area and move forward. Your orders?
That's a bug. Actually kind of a cool color scheme. Up to a standard orb. Don't know why I wasn't stopping. Want to turn around.
Nausicaan ships, dead ahead. They were jamming our sensors. That's why we couldn't get a clear reading on this area. It's an ambush. They're hailing us. Probably to gloat. Pirates like these only care about scrapping the ship for parts and selling any survivors to the Orions. Should I open the channel?
Nothing,
not Tal Shiar, it's the Nausicaans. What's next? Iconians? We were able to get a few scans of the planet during combat. It's no good. The wildlife is too hostile and the natural resources too few. That leaves us with one last system, the Dewa system. We can leave orbit whenever you're ready.
Dewa. Probably gonna call it after this particular. Actually, no. I'm going to play until I can unlock my shared bank because or if I've already unlocked it. Check.
We have confirmation of a suitable planet. I'm patching us through to Tamer now. He'll want an update on the situation. I'll connect you as soon as you're ready.
Excellent work. You should head to Dewa 3 and set up some orbital probes, and then beam down and investigate the surface. I'll set a course to the Dewa system and keep an eye out for any more Nausicaans. Dewa 3 is one of our last chances to find a habitable planet in this region. Good luck.
Dewa 3. This could be the new Romulan homeworld. The radiation levels of this planet made it uninhabitable, but long-range surveys have detected drops in the toxicity over the past few years. Our orders are to deploy sensory probes to scan the planet, and, if they return positive, beam down for a closer look.
A real warrior never lets his prey escape.
Ship is under attack.
Really? You tracked us all the way to a new system?
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Nausicaans. I hope that's the last we've seen of them. The reports from the probes confirm that radiation levels have lowered on the planet. An away team without protective gear should be safe. There don't seem to be any civilizations down there either, but we'll have to beam down to explore the area further. Are you ready to transport? There are several teams that will beam down to other parts of the planet while we explore.
That loaded faster than everything else so far.
Wow. Look at this place. It's beautiful.
I remember...
Our orders from Tamir are to analyze the local wildlife, flora, and minerals, as well as any bit of radiation.
And just being taken aback by how pretty this ground map is. I think they may have gone overboard on the constant animal screeching in the background, though. Hello, green creatures. Oh, you're actually... I thought you were gonna run away from me. This was also back when... One of the reasons I like this mission is because it felt like it was actually Star Trek, like we were actually exploring. I like action, I like adventure, but I really wish there was more.
This plant displays remarkable similarity to the plants once found on Romulus.
Not actually killing them, they're running away. I appreciate that.
Fascinating. The water is barely tainted by the planet's radiation.
cameras underwater. It's the Derptopus!
The high amount of lead in these rocks could be the reason for the lowered radiation levels.
This is Temer. I've arrived at the outer rim of the planet. I'll be keeping a watch on any Tal Shiar or Nausicaan signals. How is the initial search going down there?
I'm detecting ancient and dilapidated structures nearby.
Apple! Cute and cuddly apples!
This fern seems to be resistant to the ambient radiation on this planet. It could be useful in treating radiation sickness.
this on our own. Big old tweet. Ah, here we go.
We should investigate that old bridge nearby when we're done with our scans.
What's that? Tholians. What are they doing here? Tholians. Just what we needed. Tholians are known for not caring very much about us humanoids. I don't think they even know the difference between a Romulan and a Reman. The ship isn't detecting any more Tholian ships in orbit, but with our luck, that'll change. We should see what those Tholians are after. If this is going to be our planet, they can't take it from us.
Good creature. Spawn point. That's always a good sign.
The Tholians seemed interested in those rocks back there. Should we check it out?
Watch out! More Tholians inbound. More on the way, sir. Why are they so interested in this site?
No idea. We'll find out once we have a second. One more group inbound, and it looks like they're sending one of their commanders.
The Tholians wanted whatever is buried in those rocks. Let's see what's beneath them. appears to be a sword fossilized in the secretion layer. Trying to scan it now. Wait, this is incredible! There's definitely a blade here, and its composition and size match those of Vulcan blades from about 1900 years ago. There are only a few examples of those weapons left. Most of them were destroyed during the time of Awakening.
Greetings. What have you found? Interesting. The sword could prove to be something unbelievable. Maybe even something made by Saharian. I'm concerned about the Tholians, and I'm beginning a full scan for any of their ships in orbit. Yes, we should. Hold on! We're under attack. It's the Tholians. Go to Red Alert. All hands, prepare for battle.
Tamir has closed the channel, sir. I'll have the geode and blade transported to the science lab on board the ship. We should return as soon as possible. Tamir will need our help.
Go do this. Fight space spiders that are on fire, yes.
We managed to take out a few Tholian ships, but now we're trapped within one of their webs. There are more Tholians on the way. You've got to take out the nearby Tholians to get us out of here. Stay away. What did you find? Is it possible for us to colonize the planet? By the elements, a habitable planet and one of Saharian's lost blades? That could only mean that this planet must be one of the worlds our ancestors visited after the Sundering. I knew that their path could have taken them in this area, but I never... I'll have to speak to Mimic. She's always had an interest in our history. You should get to the flotilla and speak to Datan. He'll want to know everything you've found.
Jolan True, you found something incredible. This will be the new home of the Romulan Republic. It will be Mol Rihan, New Romulus, and we will create a new way of life there. This is exactly what we needed to begin talks with the Klingons and the Federation at Khitomer. Unless you have any more questions, I would report to Tamer. I have many preparations to make. We don't know yet, but we do know it is as old as the Sundering and uses materials like those of the Vulcan Swordmasters, so that narrows it down a bit. The Sundering tore our people apart, but it also unified the Romulans under a common cause: the preservation of our emotions and our freedom. If this is truly the sword of the Raptor Star, it could help to once again unify the Romulans under the cause of preserving the freedoms we hold dear.
Good work. I knew you were the right person for this job. It will take us a long time to analyze the sword you found. We have to be very careful with something like this. But even the possibility of finding the sword of the Raptor Star has given everyone on the flotilla hope for the future. Your role isn't done yet, however. Datan and I both want you to be with us for our next task. Meeting with the Federation, Klingons, and Empress Sela on Khitomer to talk about peace and the colonization of New Romulus. Greetings.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
We've made a breakthrough. We can't lay claim to Dewa 3 and make it our new home without allies. The planet is close to Klingon space, although they've never formally claimed it. If we could get their support, or that of the Federation, we would be able to break away from the Romulan Star Empire without worrying what the Tal Shiar will do. Datan has been working for weeks to get the Klingons and the Federation to agree to talks. Now representatives from both factions will be at Khitomer to hear our proposal, and so will the Empress. I want you there as well. I think we'll need someone like you on our side. It won't be easy, but this is our best chance to create a new life and a new home. Greetings. I have new orders for...
Orbit. And set course for there, and take a break while we're traveling, cause low travel speed. See y'all. We get there. You know, I turned off on-demand patching, so I wouldn't have to deal with the load screen.
Kittimer, this place has some bad blood. Back in 2346, the Romulan military launched a massive attack that slaughtered all the Klingon colonists here and took the planet. The Klingons took it back in the chaos after Shinzon's rebellion. This is the first time since then that they've allowed Romulans to be here. We should be careful. The Klingons aren't going to be in a great mood. Just having us here will be a reminder of what's happened. Zatan is waiting for us with the rest of the Romulan diplomats in the Hall of Conquest.
Not even a person at the transport. Last time I was here was doing one of the Klingon missions, which I will eventually do on stream, but I'm gonna play through like the whole every
Wonder what it takes to be put in a gallery of honor.
Which I believe they're on like season 17. This is like the start of the new season. Came out a couple days ago. But nobody pay attention to the fact that there's radiation chilling here in the hallway.
Chamber of Conquest. Let's hope one day the Klingons turn their attention to the Tal Shiar.
Zatan, the way you're standing, I feel like that's hurting my back.
It's good to see a friendly face. The air here is a bit tense right now. I need to stay here and prepare for Empress Seela's arrival, which I'm sure will not be pleasant. Could you speak with the Klingon and Federation delegations? See what they're thinking, get a feel for how the negotiations will go, and most importantly, try to convince them of our sincerity. We're still working on an agreement, but an initial proposal is on the table. The Federation and Klingons will help us establish New Romulus, as long as they can set up embassies on the planet. They wish to use this as a chance to acquire Romulan technology and Romulan allies. We need assistance to create a new world. It's a give and take, one that will hopefully work. You can start by speaking with some of the delegates from the Klingon Empire and the Federation. Just because an initial proposal has been presented does not mean the conference is over. Far from it. Any information you can get me about what they're thinking will help when it comes time to present our case.
Alright. Talk to people.
Hall of Heroes. They're probably Klingon heroes who killed Romulans.
I understand their stance, but still, there are issues. The would-be Romulan Republic is weak and fractured. How could an alliance benefit us? One of Datan's followers. Greetings. I am Ambassador Satas, representative for the Klingon Empire. I am curious, what exactly does your group have to offer the Klingons in an allegiance? Datan is no warrior, and Klingon politics have little in common with Romulan machinations.
You do have a point. The fact that you've survived this long against the Tal Shiar says something about your people. However, it does not say whether or not you are in the right in this civil war of yours, or if this is just an elaborate Romulan plot. We shall see just how trustworthy you are in the days to come.
Diplomacy makes for thirsty work. The Federation ambassador can't hold his teeth together for more than a minute. The Vulcan just stares daggers at everyone. Half my delegation are a breath away from ripping into the Starfleeters like rampaging togs, and we're all stuck in here with you backstabbing greenbloods. Oh, did I offend you? Well, get used to it. We don't have a reason to trust you yet, and I don't know if we ever will.
I don't exactly think that pretending to be a lackey and grabbing a mug of blood wine. Like, I don't remember the details, but I have a funny feeling this guy's gonna like treat us like, you know, oh, we make great servants.
Blood wine. At least you have some manners. Nice to know that you all aren't as ill-bred as the stories say. Bah! You don't even respond to an insult. Looks like you're on your best behavior. Since we're being diplomatic, I suppose it could be said that you people may not be entirely worthless. But just because you know when to bring a Klingon a drink does not mean we are friends. I'm keeping an eye on you and your kind.
The Klingons don't seem too thrilled with the idea of being allies.
I cannot reasonably disagree with the way the Klingons, or probably even the Federation, are going to react to this. Because lore-wise, the Romulans have not exactly been the best of neighbors to pretty much everybody.
One of our new potential allies. I am Jiro Sugihara, a representative of the Federation Diplomatic Corps. Let's talk, shall we? Yes, I'd love a chat. Now, please don't take the cool reactions of some of my colleagues as an indication of how the whole of the Federation feels. There is a history between our two governments. But I believe with some work, we can all come to a peaceful agreement. Don't you agree? Of course you do. Of course. Why else would you and other fine and forward-thinking Romulans, such as Datan, be present here at this conference? I like to think of all of us, Federation, Klingon, and Romulans alike, as engineers. We're building bridges to a newer and brighter future.
And they made Discord.
The window dressing. Of course, you know where we must begin. Why, with the foundations. You knew that, of course. There's nothing we cannot achieve if we're able to continue to sit down and discuss our differences. And bit by bit, measure by measure,
so since
work through them
2010,
and learn from one another.
When the game came out,
we must start
It's
fresh.
been a running gag
So as
that
one potential
Ambassador
friend to another,
Sugihara
I ask this
does
entirely
not
as a
stop
personal
talking.
question. How do you feel about reunification? I know there are a lot of people in the Federation still opposed to it, but I am certain that if we simply sit down together and discuss the issue rationally, we can... We've all come to see that reunification
is a wonderful idea, isn't it? Bringing long-lost brothers back together and mending hurts from so long ago. Really, that's what the Romulans and Vulcans are, don't you think? A family divided. It's a shame. I think of my daughter. She's a lovely girl. Takes after her mother in many respects. She's on Bajor now, but I love seeing her as much as possible. I couldn't imagine how dreadful being separated from her would be. But that's what Romulans and Vulcans must feel all the time. That's why I believe reunification should happen as soon as possible. Imagine all the wounds it would heal, the pain that would go away. That would only be the start. If Vulcans and Romulans could find peace, why not peace with the Klingons, the Hirogen? It would be a wake-up call to all races that peace, prosperity, and unity are all possible. Our Federation has its problems, but we've learned to live and work together. There's no reason we all can't do so.
Barely enthusiastic. Admiral Tanay, she's going to be very against this.
I know your kind too well to ever trust what you say. I will not be taken in by your attempts to be disarming. It has yet to be determined if anyone is being hunted. If that is the case, Starfleet will take the appropriate action within the bounds of the Prime Directive. I have spent more than 3 decades defending the Federation from Romulan plots. I have seen all of the tricks, the deceptions, all of the treachery that is born of hubris. Romulans believe they are superior to all other species. That is incorrect. It will take a great deal of effort to deceive me. I suggest you do not try.
Yeah, Admiral Tanay. She'll actually pop up in a story later on. Like most Vulcans, is against reunification. He's also very emotional about it, which I didn't bring up. Oh, they've upgraded the hologram. Over here.
Jolan True, what do you have to report? There's doubt everywhere. We will have to be careful not to—
This conference is a farce.
Sela!
You're not trying to found a settlement. You're rebelling against your sovereign. You're stirring up dissent with your wild stories of mysterious aliens and colony attacks.
Wild stories?
Until now, I gave your little movement some leeway because I thought I could convince you to see the error of your ways. This ridiculous conference shows me I've been far too forgiving.
You? How could you?
Hoven, that's enough. You two, please leave this to Tamara and me.
Unbelievable. How can that woman stand there and deny everything? If you ask me, the only thing worse than the Tal Shiar is the politician who lies for them. There should be no allegiance with such... Hold on. I'm getting a message from the ship. They're picking up odd ships on sensors. Ships that match the one we scanned back when the colony was destroyed. Good. Now they'll have to deal with us, the Klingons, and the Federation.
The Klingon command base has ordered us to remain in orbit and leave the defense of Khitomer to them. However, I'm certain that the singularity signature I'm detecting is the same ship that was in orbit of Viranot during the attack. This could be the person responsible for the destruction of the colony. Do we investigate despite the Klingons' objections?
I guess they couldn't get the same voice actor.
I'm picking up multiple anomalies in the area. Prepared for whatever happens. Keep an eye out for Klingon ships. If any hostiles appear, they'll show up too. If we're lucky, they'll target the enemy and not us.
I think it would have been better if it was very clear that there was a battle going on out there somewhere.
The Alachi were hiding the Tal Shiar ship.
This is a matter for the Klingon Empire.
Just warp right into a singularity explosion.
I am Gerard, son of Lursa, captain of the IKS Kang. You have proven yourself in battle against one of these ships. I will ensure that you will survive to prove yourself again. I was the first to uncover the alien Undine within the Klingon Empire. Now, I shall be the first to combat this new alien threat. To battle!
Why am I not surprised that you were the one who discovered us? I'm quite happy you did, though. Now I have a chance to rectify the mistakes of Gasco Station. Captain Gerard, you have no place in this fight between us. This is a Romulan affair.
Colonel Hakiv, you came into sovereign Klingon territory with hostile intent. You brought these aliens into our space. Now you have the unmitigated goal to try to give orders to a Klingon warrior? This is not a Romulan affair anymore, Colonel. You have insulted me, and you will pay the price.
Never insult a Klingon.
I don't care if you have 100 Klingon ships. You will not stop me. It's been a pleasure, Commander. But my work here is complete. I will deal with you another time.
You fought well. My people will learn of Colonel of your abilities in battle. However, Hakeem did not die, so I cannot rule out the possibility that this was all a Romulan trick. My ship will continue to patrol the area. You should return to the conference.
Hakeem beamed something down to the surface before he warped. I think... yes, we're getting confirmation. He beamed explosives down to Kittimer. We've got to get down there and disarm them before anyone finds out. Even a hint of a problem like this, and the conference will be shut down. We'll lose our best chance for colonization.
Well, let's go disarm us some bombs.
What is your status? I'm in the Hall of Heroes now, and things are underway. Did you handle the situation with the Elachi? This is not good. It will be too easy for any disturbance to be blamed on us, and Hakeem knows it. I'll start searching the Hall of Heroes. Contact me once you've found all of the explosives on your end. I'll do my best to discreetly look for anything amiss over here. Make sure the Klingons do not find the bombs first. If they do, there's a good chance we'll be seeing one another soon in a jail cell.
Oh, they changed the models. Very unobservant.
The Tal Shiar had spies here the entire time.
Nobody cares that there's a gunfight breaking out in the middle of the conference. Boom.
Did you get the explosives? Good. That's a relief. I found a bomb near one of the statues in the back of the hall. I should be able to confirm that these devices were made by the Tal Shiar once the conference is over. It will be more proof that they cannot be trusted. Why don't you come inside the conference? The Klingons are about to speak. It should be interesting to hear what they have to say.
This is an entire godforsaken table filled with alcohol. Oh. Cutscene time.
In conclusion, think about how many times we've been fooled by Romulans. Sela already sent the Tal Shiar to attack us here. Who is to say Titan is not part of her plan? We must not allow this alliance to happen.
Hakeem!
Treacherous Greenblood!
Stay back!
What do you think you're doing? What? What are you? Remember this. He gave his life for me, for a Klingon.
do it. Oh, hey. Who's, not here anymore? Someone would, Task Force Omega see here.
Temer's death will not be in vain. Now we have the opportunity to secure our future. The Federation looks favorably upon our endeavors, but it will take time for them to commit. Now Temer has shown the Klingons that there is honor and nobility among us. We may not have gotten what we wanted today, but I foresee a day where we will build a home and a life on New Romulus. The next step must be yours. Both Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force have agreed to take Romulans into their forces. I'd like you to be the first. You will be our eyes, ears, and hands in their fleets. More importantly, you will be our voice. Where you serve is your choice. But wherever you go, always remember that you are Romulan. If you haven't done so already, speak with the representatives of the Federation and the Klingon Empire. Then, take some time to think it over. When you are ready, speak with Subcommander Nadell back on the flotilla.
Temer's sacrifice will be remembered. I promise you that. Personally, I have never liked the Tal Shiar, but we of the Diplomatic Corps are always committed to trying to find peaceful solutions first. But we can help you in your fight to bring justice to the Tal Shiar, if you accept our assistance. We know you have much to do to build a new homeworld and free your people. The Federation wants to be your ally in everything.
Temer died with honor. When my time comes, I hope I can do the same. His sacrifice showed me that we have a common enemy. The blood in your veins may be green, but you fight for your people with the courage of a Klingon. I would be proud to give my aid to you and Datan. We will hunt the Tal Shiar like the dogs they are.
Temer gave his life so that we would be understood by the others. I know I won't forget this. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to take down the Tal Shiar, so I'm with you on this, no matter what. The ship is awaiting our return whenever you're ready. We need to report to Subcommander Nadell and let her know everything that's happened.
Even the ship. I think I'm about the point where I can get the account bank, which has stuff in it for this character. Much travel time. It was interesting when someone sends you a message in Discord and saying they had lost their account.
Welcome back. I'm Subcommander Nadell. Temer's final actions impressed both the Klingons and the Federation. The time has come for you to decide who you will be allied with. Starfleet and the Klingons both have sent diplomats to stay here at the flotilla. Talk to them if you have any questions. Then speak to me when you are ready to make your choice.
Everybody reacts really nonchalantly to the fact that a man just died. Also,
Temer's sacrifice showed the High Council that we have a common enemy. And there is such a thing as an honorable Romulan. We honor his memory. Join us. The blood in your veins may be green, but you fight for your people with the courage of a Klingon. The Klingon Defense Force will be proud to give our aid to the Romulan Republic. Together, we will hunt the Tal Shiar like the honorless dogs they are.
like that's pretty much the exact same thing that was said to us by the other other Klingon.
Time is short. What do you need? This final choice must be yours. But I know you will honor Temer and serve our people well, no matter where you decide to. Time is short. What do you need of me? Temer was a great man. He touched so many lives among the survivors, and I know he thought very highly of you. I can think of no better way to honor his commitment and sacrifice than by continuing to serve the Romulan people. On to business. The flotilla will be working on beginning settlement of Dewa 3, or what we're calling New Romulus. Good luck out there. Time is short.
Congratulations, Centurion.
Admiral Kurrick.
Congratulations. You've proven yourself to be invaluable to the Republic Navy and earned the respect of your fellow officers. Return to New Romulus. I would like to formally recognize your contributions to the Republic.
Greetings. I am taking over as your liaison with the Romulan Republic since Temer is no longer with us. You have proven yourself and earned the respect of your fellow Romulans. A contact from our new allies would like to speak with you. Return to the flotilla. Time is short. What do you need?
Okay, well, person. And check. Well, once I check the speak with ship person. Choose ship appropriate for status. Have to actually buy one of these, otherwise it won't. Actually motion the ship requisition officer. I'm done. Do I have to? Oh, overflow bag. I should go take care of that. Let's go take care of it. I dump it in the bank for. Let me. Bank? The bank? Access bank. Bank account. I'm just gonna dump it. I'll end up selling this off screen. point. I can access it now, yay. Get one of the things I was planning on getting. Pick up later. Miracle. Bonus. Take those. Got this because I wanted this character, this gun. That thing is huge. Alright, so we're going to go back to the flotilla. Like how, and this isn't because the game's been going on for a lot longer than the story's been. It's like literally the moment in the story that they start colonizing New Romulus, Transwarp Gateway. We're gonna do Neutral No More and the quest that comes from it, I believe, and then I'm going to call it. And then I will be back again either next Saturday or Sunday, someday on the weekend. Through the flotilla. God, that thing is huge.
Time is short. What do you need of me? I'm glad that you're settled into your new ship, as we can't waste any time. We've received word that the miners on Beta Thoradar have spotted Nausicaan pirates near their system. The pirates haven't bothered to attack the mining installation, but it's only a matter of time, and they're likely to go after freighter traffic in the area. Beta Thoradar is an unremarkable system, but there's a small Republic colony there that mines heavy metals necessary for ship construction. I need you to take your new ship to the Beta Thoradar system and patrol the area. Just let everyone know that the Republic is watching.
Oh, I didn't think I was going to take me straight to it. Photo map.
arrived at the perfect time. Our satellites have picked up several Nausicaan ships in and near the system. They seem to be pirates, bent on harassing freighters. I'm concerned about the possibility of the pirates deciding to beam down and ransack our home. The planets in this system are not particularly habitable, so we're limited to several small underground facilities. It wouldn't be hard for them to send a contingent of troops and take control of our mining operation. Obviously, if this keeps up, we won't have any trade, which will force us to close down this operation and evacuate.
Will the Republic resolve? Up to this pirates? Take care of this. That's a bright glow cloud. All hail the glow cloud.
Once more for your policing efforts. It'll be a while before we see trouble here again. Speaking of trouble, I thought you might wish to know that freighter, the Xylan, came by to trade for supplies. They claimed to be carrying mostly perishable delectables and trinkets, but their holds had no refrigeration system and registered a great many compact power signatures. The freighter manifest indicated that they had recently come from the Chaltok system. There's a small Uridian colony there. You might be able to find answers if you find out who's supplying them.
Odd. None of the colonies in contact with the Republic should be involved in weapons dealing. I will make a few inquiries. You may want to take your new ship over to the Chaltok system, in case we need additional investigating done.
Congratulations, Centurion.
Greetings. I have a new mission for you on behalf of the Republic. We have traced the Uridian freighter you rescued back to the Chaltok system. Years ago, the Chaltok system held a Romulan research facility studying polaric energy. It was nearly destroyed in a polaric energy explosion. Since then, a colony of Uridians has settled on the planet. Recently, it has become a hotbed of strife. This isn't the first incident we've had with the colony, and we suspect weapons smuggling is occurring. We have heard rumors of one weapons dealer in particular on Chaltok, a Riemann. We'd like to make sure that none of the weapons there are going to be turned against New Romulus. We need you to travel to the Chaltok system and investigate these allegations.
Time is short. What do you need of me?
Then I exploded. Alright, we're gonna finish this and go. Remember this one, it's got ground stuff. I want to play with the gun where I'm doing it. Shift. I'm gonna play this like I'm a mercenary working for the Romulan Republic. Then down and have some shit. This. This. That's completely believable.
Another refugee of Romulus. Welcome. I am the leader of this small band. You may call me Lortrix. I assume you are behind destroying those Erogen ships around the planet. We're all very thankful for that. The Erogen have been bothering us for quite some time. I would hate to think what would have happened if you didn't arrive when you did. We mainly supply merchant ships with various minerals, and we have a small ore refining operation. It's not much, but it keeps us alive. The Erogen have been harassing us for quite some time, unfortunately. They want to use our facility to manufacture weapons. You and I both know what will come of that. And no one here wants to get involved in someone else's war. You understand, don't you? That is a relief. Look, why don't I show you around our colony, just to relieve any lingering doubts? I would love to establish a better relationship with you and the Romulan Republic. I hoped our location would allow us to remain neutral, but it doesn't seem like that is possible anymore, does it? Talking to my chief engineer would be a good place for you to start. Talking to my chief engineer would be a good place for you to start.
I mean... Given how much they charge for ships and bundles, and how little content they actually put out, the fact that they can't fix audio bugs like that is very disconcerting. That guy over there dying of a cough. Got the COVID-19.
Hello. I'm the chief engineer around here. This colony is barely holding together. At night, I can hear the creaks and sparks of instruments as they crack in the cold. We need supplies. Solid, heavy-duty Empire supplies. Our replicator is barely working, and the heat systems are spotty at best. All of our energy goes toward keeping our mining equipment up to date. Still, I'd much rather be here than out there in the war, and I do hope you're here to ensure it stays that way.
It's okay. You don't have to keep asking. I appreciate your help on Gasco and the Suliban Helix, but Rina is gone. I need to accept that and move on. How...
They've got cargo, also water stairs. Oh, thank you for the follows, did you? Sound alert scared the bejesus out of me. Also, actually, my chat open. Tactical officer can beam people in to the snow pile.
What do you want? I'm not bothering anyone, I swear. I'm sorry. Look, they told me to send a message when you were done scanning the cargo. I don't know anything. I don't know why they told me that. All I know is that I see people using the consoles nearby. That's it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Endwalker. I don't know if I'll be streaming it because it's a lot more resource intensive than say Star Trek Online, and my internet is crap. But I'm really looking forward to it. Like, I stayed up to like 6 o'clock the other night watching the live letter because of it. I think this is the engineering one. I don't remember what the science one is. ominous security camera.
Unlock failed.
Console could be hacked. Be completely conspicuous about this. Heavy reinforcement. It couldn't be the strangely recessed wall, could it? Open. Okay. That's an awful lot of probes. Clearly not weapons. We're just building probes. Tactical high-yield probes. Flying weapons in Trojan, not surprising. Colony escape. Neutral zone. Not surprising. Oh, just same thing again.
We have them trapped in the warehouse.
Excellent. Activate the transport inhibitors to stop them from beaming out.
Very well.
Steve
Do you
Bloom?
have any further orders?
Just stay out of our way while we subdue the prey.
Sounds like Steve. Okay. Trying to see how this cannon works. Ah, more audio glitches. This is a little ridiculous. Oh, I thought those were eye lines. Select these. Target the hunter. Actually, let's target that guy there. Okay. That was a thing. Am I just carrying a shipboard phaser? Something on the UI that shows how many ammo there are. 'Cause it just says current ammo 3, and I don't. see anything to denote how much ammo there is. A bitch. I've had a phaser weapon for all of 5 minutes.
You're good. Very good. But do you think this will change anything? I spit on you and the Republic. Traitors to your own people. To die like this. You terrorists. You care nothing for the common people. The Tal Shiar, they protect us, make us stronger. You either choose a side, or you die. Surrounded by the dogs of war. Supported by no one. Even in death, I stand by my choice. Leave me to die.
Nah, you can rot in a cell. Who the hell are you? Alright, let's finish the base battle, and then I will have been streaming for over 3.5 hours, which is more than I normally do. We'll just hopefully I might stream both Saturday and Sunday next weekend, depending on the time I have. Rapid fire missile turret up there. Activate turret nearby. Turret. I should get the missile launcher for this playthrough, just for lulz. IKS Rothstar. I want to make a Rothgar joke. idea of equipping this ship with like janky weapons,
Glory of battle.
like
I
missile
am
launchers
lucky
and
to be
rail
assigned
guns.
to You know the joy of a good fight. Finish your business here. I will be patrolling for any stragglers.
When you tripped our monitoring program, the Star Empire sent me to investigate. Our intel said you were part of the terrorist cell on Veranot, but your actions here suggest otherwise. I'm here to make you an offer. Renounce your terrorist allies and come with me and fight for the glory of the Romulan Star Empire. I am authorized to grant you amnesty for your past crimes if you agree to serve the Empire again. If you agree, we would like you to remain within Datan's terrorist cell for the time being. He trusts you. The intel you could gather would be very valuable. The Empire rewards its loyal children well, but it also punishes its enemies. Consider your decision carefully.
Charva. You can't trust her. I know her too well for that. We grew up together. I was her friend. But that's all over. It ended the day she joined the Tal Shiar.
I sense angst.
Hello again, Tovan. It's been too long since we were
Different voice
together.
actress.
Yes, it is true that I am a member of the Tal Shiar. We are the last real protectors of the Romulan people. I have been monitoring this colony since before you arrived. Lortrix was a fool. This is what happens when you're not true to your allegiance. He was selling weapons to anyone who wanted to buy, with no thought to their allegiances. Just like Veranot. In the end, it cost him everything. Your blood, your heritage, that's who you are, where you belong. Anything else is only temporary. I'm here to remind you and your captain of this truth. Now join us before it's too late. You don't understand yet, but you will. The Romulan Republic is a terrorist organization. Datan and his followers are inciting Romulans and Remans to take up arms against the legitimate government of the Romulan Star Empire. Think about it. The military and the Tal Shiar are the only means of guaranteeing security for those of us who survived the destruction. The military has the ships and the manpower. The Tal Shiar has the information and the intelligence network. This new homeworld Datan wants is an illusion. Why start over in contested space near the Federation and the Klingon Empire? Why would Datan choose a system in such a turbulent and dangerous area, unless he knew he could guarantee they wouldn't risk attacking him? He certainly isn't going to do that with pretty words. Datan may have you fooled, but don't just take my word for it. See for yourself. Why do you think that Chaltok is shipping weapons? And they're not the only colony world involved in those kinds of operations. You think that this sort of business wasn't going on elsewhere? Perhaps even on Veranot, right under your nose. Datan's only showing you what he wants you to see. I can show you the things that the Republic is trying to hide. Believe me, or don't. You don't have to trust me. Just trust the evidence. When you are ready to learn more, I'll be ready to show you. It's true. The Tal Shiar has employed Hirogen contractors from time to time for certain tasks. But the Hirogen are the Empress's allies, not her slaves. They are free to do what they wish.
There's a lot I have to say about Charva. As you may have guessed, we used to be quite close. There's a lot of history between us, but all that's really important is that we went separate ways. She thought that the Tal Shiar could ensure security for our people, and I didn't. It's just bringing up a lot of old feelings. Well, Charva's not a bad person. At least she wasn't. But she is misguided. She's turned a blind eye to the excesses
political
of the Tal
undertones to
Shiar,
this.
and she probably doesn't even know
And I'm
about
not
most of
entirely
them.
sure it was intentional.
The Tal Shiar are masters of propaganda, after all. I think that anything she tells us is going to be something that the Tal Shiar wants us to hear. We should gather our own evidence and draw our own conclusions. There's a lot I have to...
Well, that's the last mission for me tonight. That's almost 3 hours, 40 minutes. So I'm going to call it there. After I turn this on.
Your findings are distressing. I'll pass this along to Republic Command. As for
I also
Charla,
need to eat because
I think the best course of
not eaten
action
since
right
lunch.
now is to wait for her next move.
I
She's really
will
desperate
be
to
back
make her
next
case.
weekend,
She'll contact you again.
and we will continue
She
this.
does.
I might log
Keep me
on and
informed.
do some cleanup,
Medell out.
like getting the. I think I have access to the duty roster now, like just basically do duty officer stuff. But I'm not going to continue any story missions until the next time we meet.
Congratulations. I know you weren't involved personally, but
But we'll deal with that later. So I will see anybody who happens to be hiding and still watching later, and this video will go up on YouTube. I usually do backups, but until next weekend, Jolan True.